It began like any other royal PR moment. Calculated, polished, perfectly posed. Meghan Markle in full glam, walking down the aisle of an American Airlines flight, smiling at passengers as if she were filming a lifestyle commercial. She even penned a sweet little thank you note to the crew. Cameras clicked, fans swooned, and it seemed like a harmless little photo op. But what nobody realized then was that this cheerful airplane moment was a complete smokescreen. Because while Meghan was playing friendly fly girl at 30,000 feet, chaos was unfolding behind the scenes. The real turbulence wasn't coming from the plane, it was coming from the other airline, British Airways, and the crew from one particular royal tour flight. They weren't staying silent anymore. One attendant stepped forward, anonymous, but credible, and revealed something that would shake the Sussex narrative to its core. According to her, Meghan showed zero emotional connection to the baby during a long-haul journey. No bonding, no interaction, just cold detachment. The nanny, not Meghan, handled everything. But what truly raised eyebrows? The baby didn't respond to her at all. Now, one odd moment on a flight could be dismissed as exhaustion or stress, but this wasn't just a single event. It was the final puzzle piece in a theory people have whispered about since 2019. That Meghan Markle may have never actually given birth to her children. Enter DL, a woman whose identity remains hidden, but whose story is sending shockwaves through every corner of royal gossip. She claims she was hired as a surrogate by Meghan herself, not once, but twice, for both Archie and Lilibet. According to DL, the operation was like something out of a conspiracy thriller. She was flown to a secret compound, stripped of communication, and given strict orders. Deliver the babies, sign the NDA, and disappear. No contract, no legal surrogacy filing, just silence. DL says she went along with the plan initially. But when Meghan allegedly ghosted her after the second birth and erased any acknowledgement of her role, she broke. She's done staying silent. She has videos from the compound, ultrasound scans, hospital records, all aligning with the exact timeline of Archie and Lilibet's births. She's even offering to take a DNA test, stating, plainly, test me. Test them. Let's see who's lying. If it ended there, it would already be enough to detonate the internet. But the deeper you dive, the stranger it gets. Remember that viral clip from Meghan's pregnancy days? It's the one where her belly seemed to fold in on itself as she bent down. At the time, it was dismissed as a strange camera angle or a wardrobe malfunction. But now, in light of DL's story, that clip has resurfaced with a vengeance. People are calling it the moment the illusion cracked. Add to that the odd way Meghan and Harry released baby photo strategic angles. Blurry shots, barely any full-face images. The now infamous photo of baby feet. Sharp-eyed viewers claimed those weren't even Meghan's hands. The skin tone. The nail shape, it didn't match. Then there's the allegation that Meghan didn't even visit the hospital for Lilibet's birth, showing up afterward just for the press photos. At first, these were just online theories. But DL's claims have made it harder to dismiss them. If what she's saying is true, the entire Sussex story could unravel. We're not just talking about personal deception here. We're talking about royal succession, titles, and constitutional legitimacy. And suddenly, Meghan's carefully crafted image as a strong mother and public victim isn't looking so bulletproof anymore. The British Airways whistleblower wasn't the only one pulling back the curtain. Once her story leaked, other insiders began speaking out. Quietly, carefully, but with just enough detail to fuel the flames. A royal aide reportedly said the palace had been concerned for years about the lack of medical documentation surrounding Meghan's pregnancy. Not officially, of course. Everything was swept under the rug in public, but behind closed doors, whispers, meetings, and contingency plans. And now those private conversations are colliding head-on with public chaos. DL's proof isn't just medical records. She has time-stamped footage of herself visibly pregnant in a lockdown facility she claims was arranged by the Sussex team. In one clip, she's lying on a medical bed, clearly exhausted, murmuring the date and location into the camera. Her belly is unmistakable. There's no faking what she shows. Another clip features her holding a newborn, crying softly while a masked nurse tends to her. If the metadata on these clips checks out, they could be catastrophic for Harry and Meghan, and she's not doing this for money. In fact, DL says she turned down multiple offers from tabloids, preferring to keep control of the story herself. According to her, she only went public because Meghan tried to erase her existence entirely. No thank you, no recognition, just silence and broken promises. What pushed her over the edge was seeing Meghan's latest interviews where she spoke tearfully about motherhood and being targeted by the press. DL said it felt like watching someone else steal her story. Meanwhile, Meghan's PR machine is running hotter than ever. Within hours of the British Airways leak, her team pushed out a wave of warm and fuzzy family content online. Soft-focused videos of the kids laughing in the garden, a heartfelt blog post about motherhood and resilience, but eagle-eyed followers weren't buying it. People noticed that in one of the clips, the child supposed to be Lilibet didn't have Meghan's eye shape or even Harry's red hair. Reddit threads exploded, comparing photos, analyzing bone structure, pointing out inconsistencies. And then there's the timing. Meghan's surprise appearance on an American Airlines flight just happened to align with the leak. She didn't just board and smile, she ensured every moment was captured. Her note to the crew, her stroll down the aisle, the chats with flight attendants wasn't travel. It was a full-on image reset, but it backfired. Instead of shifting the narrative, it made people dig deeper. One comment went viral. If everything was real, why is she trying so hard to convince us? And just like that, the cracks in the Sussex fairy tale widened. Inside Buckingham Palace, sources say the legal team is reviewing succession law. Archie and Lilibet currently hold royal titles. But if they weren't legally born of Meghan and there's no documented surrogacy contract, that throws everything into a constitutional tailspin. Titles might be revoked. Their place in the royal line could vanish. It's not just family drama, it's governance. And Harry. No one's sure what he knew or when. Some believe he was complicit. Others think he was manipulated, trapped in a story he couldn't escape. What's clear is that he's not speaking publicly. And when the silence is this loud, it speaks louder than a statement ever could. All this chaos has triggered panic mode inside Montecito. Meghan's team is reportedly vetting every former staffer, every old email, every slip-up that could come back to haunt them. Because if DL moves forward with a public test or a formal complaint, the Sussexes aren't facing bad press, they're facing possible legal fallout. A legal storm is brewing, and everyone close to the situation knows it. Meghan's legal team is scrambling to get ahead of DL's potential DNA test, sending quiet feelers to multiple labs in an attempt to block or delay anything public. According to insiders, they're not trying to disprove the claim. They're trying to buy time. Behind the scenes, frantic meetings are happening around the clock, not just in Montecito, but in London too. Senior palace advisors are reportedly urging King Charles to intervene before the headlines spiral further. One advisor allegedly warned, if we don't take control of this narrative, the monarchy might lose control of the line. It's not just about scandal, it's about protocol. The royal family has operated under centuries of rigid traditions. But nothing in the rulebook covers this kind of crisis. And the silence from the palace, once seen as dignified, is now being interpreted as panic. Back in California, the mood has shifted. Meghan, usually calculated and composed, is said to be unraveling. Staffers describe her as snapping at assistants, obsessing over social media threads, and demanding emergency media strategy sessions at odd hours. One former aide claimed she broke down in tears after seeing a TikTok montage comparing DL's pregnancy videos to her own footage from royal appearances. The resemblance was too eerie, too specific, and no PR campaign in the world could undo that side by side. Companies that once couldn't wait to partner with Meghan are now distancing themselves. A luxury baby brand that previously announced a collab has quietly removed all promotional material. A publishing deal tied to her motherhood journey is said to be on hold, and fashion brands are backing off. With one exec stating, "We can't attach our name to a story this volatile." Harry, meanwhile, has retreated almost entirely. Friends say he's become withdrawn, avoiding calls and pushing away longtime allies. Some suspect he's known about DL longer than he ever let on, and the guilt is catching up. Others believe he's still in denial, hoping the noise fades if he just stays silent. But silence is no longer a shield. It's being seen as complicity. DL's next move is what everyone's watching. It's been approached by lawyers, networks, even publishers. But so far, she's declined every offer. Sources close to her say she's considering one thing only: a live third-party supervised DNA test. No media circus, no big reveal, just facts. She doesn't want fame. She wants the truth out there. And if the test results confirm what she's claiming, it won't just rock the Sussexes, it'll shake the monarchy to its core. Royal scholars have already started weighing in. One historian said if there's no legal proof of Meghan giving birth and no documented surrogacy, Archie and Lilibet could be removed from the line of succession entirely, not just unofficially, but through formal paperwork. That means stripped titles, revoked privileges, and no inheritance rights. It's not about personal choices anymore. It's about constitutional integrity. This goes far beyond gossip. If Meghan faked an entire motherhood narrative to secure titles and influence, that's fraud on a royal scale. And the ripple effects could be permanent. Public trust, already fragile, could shatter. Future scrutiny over royal births might become mandatory. And for the Sussex children, life will never be the same. DL says she's not out for revenge. She just wants to stop being erased. Those kids deserve the truth, she reportedly told a friend, and so does the public. What happens next could redefine the royal legacy, not with crowns or ceremonies, but with DNA receipts, and a secret finally brought to light.